Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Live, Laugh, and Learn with Chris. Today, we're going to talk about something that's a little bit scary sounding at the beginning, but in fact, it's one of the best things that you can do for your family and your earnings and everything that you've worked so hard to build your life for. And that's talking about trusts. And today we're going to talk to Adam Sherry, who's a partner in Spector Sherry LLP. Everybody ready? Let's go talk to Adam. Hey everybody, welcome, and I'm so excited to be here with you today with Adam Sherry, who is a partner in Spector Sherry LLP. And what that means is he's an attorney and he's a really great guy to talk to about that scary thing that I mentioned earlier, that one scary conversation that is really great to have once. And I have to tell you, I put it off for many, many years, but I'm so glad that I had it. And Adam is going to guide us through the ins and outs and the why you should. So Adam, tell me why it would be great for someone to get in touch with you.
We focus on the things that are most important to our clients. So as you mentioned, we focus on property, we focus on loved ones, we focus on your health, and we focus on children when they're part of the picture too. So we take a holistic approach. We prepare documents that allow you to carry out your wishes at the point that you've either passed away or you no longer have the ability because you lack capacity to do so.
So those are all really scary things, and it's a really uncomfortable thing for people to think about. So that's a really great reason why people should, for all of the reasons that you mentioned. What would the negative impact be if someone didn't come to take care of this before the inevitable happens?
That's a great question, actually. Yeah. So in California, I know that in California, we have a very interesting law that relates to transferring property from one generation to another. So post-death transfers. It involves probate. And one of the biggest problems for the people that I work with is actually just the cost associated with probate. Now, I know you help a lot of people to find wonderful homes, and that is a journey in itself.
Sure.
Now, afterwards, though, if you continue to hold your home in your name as an individual, on your death, in order to transfer it, you're going to incur additional costs, court-related costs that are totally unnecessary. So for instance, if you were to sell a $500,000 home, court-related costs to transfer it to your children or something like that would be $13,000. If it was $1 million home, it'd be $23,000. And so that's not necessary. That is just something that happens if you haven't had a conversation with somebody who can help you do a little bit of planning to ensure that those sorts of costs are not imposed upon your children, family and friends, loved ones, etc.
So that's like taking that money right out of your pocket that you worked hard to pass it on to somebody who you love and want them to be the beneficiary of your hard work.
Absolutely. It's totally preventable. That's the biggest issue. It's preventable.
And the cost of working with a trust attorney to get all of this set up ahead of time so that you don't have to go through probate, right?
Yep.
So that was a big learning lesson for me. I thought if you have a will, then it just transfers, but I'm mistaken, right?
Yes, but you're in the majority of people in California. So wills work in that you can identify who you want your property to go to.
And all your other monies and so on.
Absolutely. It can cover everything.
Your record collection.
Your new electric bike, skateboard, whatever it is. However, the actual process of transferring it when you rely only on a will involves courts, it involves delays, and you incur those costs. So the will works in that the property goes where you want it to go. However, in the process of getting it from your estate to your intended beneficiaries, there's unnecessary costs associated with court process, probate, etc. And so just like you point out, a will works, it's just a very expensive way to get things done.
So to clarify, the will doesn't stop the fact that it has to go through probate when you pass away. Is that correct?
Thank you. Absolutely. You're exactly right. So It's a trust. That's the only way to circumvent that part of it. You transfer ownership of your assets into a trust while you're living, and then at the point that you pass away, it's able to go directly to beneficiaries without having to run through the court supervision process referred to as probate.
That was a huge life learning moment for me, and it really prompted me to have that scary conversation with Adam, who came highly referred to me by a great friend of mine. And so I'm so glad that I met with Adam, who, at first I was a little bit, oh my goodness, it's going to cost me, a couple $1,000s or something to get this in a trust. It was more than I thought. Yet now hearing how much it costs to not do that, it's 1/10 of the cost, potentially, or more. I mean, you just saved me a bunch of money, so thank you.
It's one of the things I love about my job.
And my nephews, thank you.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so Adam, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us before we wrap up about why we'd like to have people give you a call, you take care of people?
Absolutely. So, we talk about transferring property. The other thing that's really important that people think about when they're considering these issues is the in-between time. So, incapacity means you're alive, but you lack the ability to direct how your affairs should be carried out. So, of course, we focus on transferring assets, making it easier for your family, but we're concerned about keeping things moving and making sure that your wishes are carried out in an in-between time. Let's say that you've lost capacity because of a car crash and you're in a coma, or something like Alzheimer's or dementia. We put documents in place to make carrying out your wishes and keeping your life going in a way that you want. We work on addressing those issues as part of the process as well.
That is huge. Thank you so much for sharing that, because I know that with my personal family experience, we've had dementia in my family, and I know that it is a growing issue that's being diagnosed earlier and earlier, so which is great. We're getting to, so that people can plan better and get newer, better medicines to help them live quality life for longer. So thank you for sharing that. This is super important.
Wonderful. I'm glad to get to chat with you.
Yes, thank you so much, Adam. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So there you have it, guys. Not such a scary scenario after all. When you are dealing with a professional that you can trust and makes you feel comfortable, that you have confidence in, that's going to do a great job for you and your family. If you have any questions or need further information, please give me a call, 619-925-2322, and it would be my pleasure to put you in touch with Adam Sherry of Spector Sherry LLP. All right, that's it for now, and I will see you on the next episode of Live, Laugh, and Learn with Chris.